Hi guys, it's Tracey from Novascotialiving, and I have a house full of sick kids, so I'm going to make some homemade chicken soup. It's super easy, and most people have these kind of ingredients in their house. Today I'm going to be using chicken breast, just because that's what I have, but you can use any piece of chicken. And you can either, well, let me just go over the rest of the ingredients before I start talking. I have 1 package of egg noodles. I have these baby carrots. I don't like these baby carrots. I like the big regular carrots, but that's what we have here, and that's what I'm using. Some celery, some salted green onion tops. You can use some onion soup mix. I brought it out because I don't know if I'll be using it today, but if I don't have the onion tops, I like to use this. I use a little bit of chicken bouillon concentrate. I find that really gives it a nice flavor. And I have my own home canned turkey broth, bone broth, and an onion. So let's get started. Alright guys, let's get this started. Now this is a super quick chicken noodle soup because I do big soup sometimes and it takes a few more steps, but this is a real quick one. The other kids are getting home from school, and I don't want to spend all afternoon making a big fancy soup. I didn't have the ingredients. My oldest daughter just got here and brought me some chicken, so that's what I'm going to whip up. So I already have a couple breasts in here. I thought I'd start filming before me putting the rest in. And yeah, it's chicken breast, guys, and I'm going to boil this chicken breast. But you can use already roasted chicken. You could fry up the chicken. But like I say, I have a lot of kids at home that aren't feeling well, and I don't have the time to do all that. So I'm going to boil this chicken for about 20 minutes. It's just straight up boneless, skinless chicken breast. So although it's delicious, it doesn't have a whole lot of fat to flavor it up. And I added my home canned turkey bone broth, and I'm going to add a little bit of this bouillon, just a little bit. Just like that. That's all I do. I don't add salt to this, guys, because I'm going to add, I am going to add a package of onion soup mix, and that has salt in it enough. I'm just using the no-name kind. It's all good. You don't have to use this, but I'm using it tonight. I'm going to turn it on high. And when this comes to boil, I'm going to set it for about 20 minutes, and then I'll show you what the next step is. But in the meantime, I'm just going to prep the veggies. I'm going to cut up 1 onion and 3 or 4 stalks of celery. Alright, I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I'm going to start to soften up some of the vegetables in the frying pan. And again, you don't have to do this, but this is what I'm going to do. Let me just see if I could show you. The celery, onion, and carrot. This is a big, well, it's work surface thing. And I do it all together. You can do it how you do. But, again, you don't have to actually do it this way. You can throw it right in the pot with that chicken. I often do the chicken in the pot, take the chicken out, wait for it to cool so I can cut it up, and boil the vegetables while the chicken's cooling. But I'm going to try to soften these up and season them up, and then just gives it a little bit of a head start. 2 more kids are yet to get home from school, but the bulk of this work will be done. And I'm in the kitchen anyways, so this won't take any time to do. I put a couple tablespoons of olive oil in there, and I'll bring you back when this starts to soften up. I know you can see what I'm doing, but I'll just get a spatula, and I'll keep it moving and shaking. And it will soften up. I have it on a medium-high, and we'll keep moving and shaking. It's coming along. I'm going to add a few spices to this after it gets a little softer. Alright, it's not completely soft, and I don't want it to get completely soft. It's a little brown, but it almost gives it kind of like a roasted kind of texture to it. So I'm going to put a little more of this just around the pan. and we'll mix it up. I'm going to turn the heat down. Ooh, listen to that sizzle. Now I need to get a lid to put on this with a little bit of water. Hold your horses, I forgot to get one. Alright, I'm going to add a little water to it because I added that bouillon concentrate. Give it another little stir. We'll put the cover on it. It's down to a 4, and I'll just check this every once in a while. And that chicken will be done in a few minutes. I forgot I had mushrooms in the fridge, so I'm going to quickly chop these up. And we're going to add that to the mix too. There we go. I didn't cut it up too small, but I didn't want to leave it as big as it was. So I'm just going to throw it right in here. It seems like I'm just doing a rush job, but I am. But it's still going to turn out delicious. It really is. My kids, I'm lucky, they like vegetables, they like all this stuff, so they're going to eat it. And I didn't want to make a giant stock pot. I'm probably going to use a stock pot, but I'm not going to fill it up. Just because I don't want to be having this for days and days, because we always have lots of leftovers throughout the week. But this will be good. A good homemade chicken noodle soup, or chicken and rice soup. I could put rice in this, but I'm using noodles tonight. Really makes a person feel better. Mind over matter. There it is. It's still at a 4. I'm going to put the cover back on in just a second. Let me get just situated here. Now, what I'm going to do, I only have a tiny bit of poultry seasoning, but I'm going to use it. And I'm going to add this. Notice, guys, I haven't added any salt, only because there's salt in that onion soup mix and that bouillon. So, oh, the phone's ringing. Alright, this just kind of sauteed a little while longer. You see how the mushrooms, you know, released a lot of its juices, and this is all flavor. I know it's, you know, the chicken bouillon, but these vegetables released a lot of their own juices and flavor, and it's all mixed up, so I'm about to take that chicken out, and then we'll get the show on the road. Alright, let's get this chicken out of the pot. And I don't boil the heck out of it, but I boil it till it's pretty well cooked all the way. And remember, guys, I put, Misha, no, flavoring in this water. So whatever little bit of flavor you can get out of boneless, skinless chicken breasts, that's all in here too. There, I'm going to let this cool, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alright guys, I just dug out my big crock pot. And like I said, I'm not filling this pot up all the way, but it's just, this way, all the ingredients aren't all jammed together. So, I'm going to get that frying pan. Where did I put that? And I'm going to pour this in the pot. This burner isn't turned on anymore. But I make sure I get every single last little bit of flavor in this pan. I want every single carrot and onion and mushroom and celery. Every little bit. Perfect. Okay. That chicken's still cooling. But I'm going to, let me move this for a second. I'm going to taste this broth because I might have to add more water to it if it's too salty or anything like that from the onion soup mix or chicken bouillon. Now there's nothing raw left in this broth because the chicken was boiled. Oh, that's good. That's good. So I'm going to pour this in. Let me just show you. This is a big, like, 22 quart stock pot. Go big or go home for me. So let's pour this in here. And again, I'm going to scrape this out too. Just some of the remnants, little pieces of chicken, little bits of that onion from the onion soup mix. There. So that chicken is still cooling over there on the table. There's the broth. I'm going to add probably another 4 cups. Well, it's the first dose of water, but 4 cups of just water to this. So there'll be enough room for the chicken and all the noodles and things like that. Yeah, I'll let you know if that's not how much I add, but I'm thinking this cup should do it. Alright guys, let's start breaking this chicken apart. Add this to the pot now. Look at that. Let me zoom out a little bit. I'm turning the heat up on high, so we're going to get this bubbling. And when it gets boiling, I'm going to shut it way down to low. And then that's when I add the noodles. So I'll stir this up a little bit. Let me get my wooden spoon. Sorry for the shakiness, guys. But you can see. That's nice and thick. And we haven't even added the noodles yet. So it's not going to be super thick. It's going to be soupy, but it's going to be a hearty soup because I need to make my babies feel better. Alright, it's bubbling good. You want it, like for me, I want it like a roll and boil. And I just want to explain, this is the same thing I would do if I was putting rice in my chicken soup. A quick version, that is. So, I'm going to dump these egg noodles. And I'm going to shut this off. I find egg noodles cook super fast. And I don't want them to, like, almost dissolve. I don't like that. I want a little bite to my noodle. A little bit. And I even take it right off the heat. This is what I do. that? Yeah, well, you see me take it off. So it's shut off. I'll wait 10 minutes and then that'll be done. I mean, it's not going to cook anymore. The noodles will soften up. It's going to stay warm. And yeah, it'll be ready to rock. After the 10 minutes, I'll put it back on this burner just because it'll still be a little bit warm. But if you're not going to eat this for a little while, which we're probably going to wait another hour before we eat, I might put it on low just so it stays warm. But that's pretty much it. So I'll bring you back after the 10 minutes to show you what it looks like. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes, and like I say, well, you've seen, I shut the burner off and moved it right off the heat. But those noodles, I find egg noodles are so finicky that they cook so fast. It's better just to take them right off the heat in hot broth or whatever you're using them for, and it cooks. It just cooks. So that's pretty thick. That's actually pretty thick. I could have added a little more liquid, but we'll make do. We'll make do. I'm going to taste it, and if I need to add more water, I can add some more boiling water. But that's pretty thick. Look at that.
I see too.
Alright, like I said, it's a little thick, so I opened a can of my home chicken broth and added just a tiny smidge of bouillon to it, just so it has some more flavor, just so it's a little more soupy instead of stewy. Yeah, that's a bit better. I do like it nice and hearty. Misha, just a minute, hon. I do like it nice and hearty, and I warmed the water up separately. I just did it in the microwave because it's almost supper time. Misha, zip lip pip. And yeah, I turned the burner on a 3 just so it starts to get up. I don't want to make it boil because then those noodles will get too soft. But just so it heats really good all the way through. Now when I mix the bouillon in with the stock, it was hot, but it was microwave hot, right? You need a little fire under this pot. So yeah, I'll bring it back when it's time to dish it up. Alright guys, I just dished out a bowl. I'll snap a picture and insert it here. Well, after I add a little parsley to it, it's more for show, but it makes it look fancy. And if you have a slice of bread or a roll, I didn't have time to make biscuits or rolls today, it's perfect for this. So we'll do a little taste test, and we'll see how this turned out. Alright, Mally's here, and she's going to be our taste tester.
Me too.
You too? Okay.
I like it.
You do? What does it taste like?
Eggs a little.
Yeah, well, they are egg noodles. Alright, I'll get Misha up a bowl, and she can be a taste tester. Alright, the other girls wanted to do a taste test too, so we'll let them try it.
I like it.
You like it?
I like it too, but it's hot.
It's hot, yeah. Just blow on it. So should we make this again sometime?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Well, this is Tracy from Nova Scotia Living, and I'm going to sign off. And thanks for joining us today. And yeah, give this a whirl. This is a real quick homemade chicken noodle soup. You can fancy it up however you want, but this was really thrown together in less than an hour, and it's from scratch for the most part. But yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow. I don't know what's going to be happening, but yeah, at least tonight we have a nice warm bowl of homemade soup to warm our belly. So take care, like, share, and subscribe, and peace, love, and happiness.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.